From the magic of Main Street to the miles of Run Disney, I'm on a journey to tackle the Dopey to Dumbo challenge and help you plan your own magical adventures along the way. So lace up your running shoes, grab those Mickey ears, and let's get started. Hi friends, welcome to the first ever episode of Pixie Dust and Pavement. My name's Sarah, I am a Disney lover, Run Disney runner, and a travel agent with Magical Travel, an authorized Disney vacation travel planner. This year I have decided to do something truly magical, or crazy depending on how you see things. In January of 2026, I will be traveling from my home here in Portland all the way to Orlando, Florida, participate in the Dopey Challenge during the 2026 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend. Less than 3 weeks later, I'll be back on the other coast at Anaheim, California to participate in the Dumbo Double Dare Challenge during Disneyland Half Marathon Weekend. When you add in the 5K that I want to do in Disneyland, as well as castle yoga, who would not want to do yoga in front of Disneyland Castle? That is 8 early mornings, 7 races, 71 magical miles, and 2 coast-to-coast race weekends, all in the name of Disney magic, fitness, and a little bit of pixie dust. Along the way, I'll be sharing my training journey, give you some Run Disney race tips from someone who's been there before, and insider travel advice so you can plan your own Run Disney adventure or just come along for the fun. See you real soon.
Okay, so I just want to give a little background about how I became a Run Disney fanatic. Run Disney family from the start. My mom, being both a runner and a Disney addict, was laying in bed reading a magazine when she came across an advertisement for the very first Disneyland Run Disney event and looked over at my stepfather and said, "The mothership is calling me home." And she absolutely participated in that race. And I don't know the lag on it, but shortly after I started joining her on those races and just found this immense joy in these races. It wasn't just about being a Disney adult, because I am, but there's just such an energy to these races and a camaraderie that I haven't experienced as a runner at other races. Anyway, my mom and I did an annual race, at least one, most typically on the Disneyland side of things because we're West Coast people. And it wasn't until I started doing grad school on the East Coast, I had my in-laws on the East Coast, that I really leaned into the Disney World races. That said, in 2019, I decided that I wanted to do a challenge because I was turning 35. And so for that, I was going to do the Goofy Challenge. So I signed up to do the Goofy, which for those of you who don't know, Goofy is half marathon on Saturday, full marathon on Sunday. It's a lot. There's a lot of miles there, but I went and I did it. I ended up actually going by myself, which I was terrified to do because, I didn't have anyone to run with me. I didn't have, my husband ended up having to work, so he couldn't come as planned. But just being in that Run Disney bubble and being with those Run Disney people, it was fine. I have zero problem doing a race weekend by myself or even just going to Disney by myself after just seeing the energy that comes along with this group of people. So anyway, I did that and I decided that I was going to plan to do Dopey for my 40th, which is Dopey is the goofy plus 2 races. So you'll do the 5K, 10K, half, whole, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 consecutive days. And I plan to do that for my 40th birthday. And then it turned out that I found out the day before leaving for that race, which I did get into, that I was pregnant with our daughter. And without getting too much into that, we had hoped and prayed for her for many, many years. My doctor said, people run while pregnant. It absolutely is fine to run while pregnant, but I was considered maternal age at 40. I was advanced, geriatric pregnancy, they call it, which is a fun thing to be called. And he just kind of said, a marathon is a big impact on anyone's body. A half marathon followed by a whole marathon is an extra strain on the body. Getting up 4 mornings in a row it's too much stress. And he suggested that I go have fun, run, but maybe don't run more than 6 or 7 miles per race. So I decided that I was going to go and do that, and did. My mom, my mother-in-law, and I went and ran, and we did the 5K, we did the calf, we did the 5K, we did the 10K, we did the half. They finished the half, and I made it my mission to get picked up by the balloon ladies, which we'll get into that on another episode. So I took it easy on the half and stopped at every photo opportunity that I could, and have still to this day, some fantastic photos. Had a blast and got picked up and taken back to the starting area, and I don't regret that for 1 second. Anyway, we'll fast forward. I decided to try again at 45. That was the 2023. Was a fun little retro year where it was, totally 80s, mouser size, neon, lots of fun. Anyone who doesn't know, registering for a RunDisney event is stressful, and they sell out really fast. So I will discuss that again further in additional episodes going forward, but I really, really tried to get Dopey on that on that registration, and couldn't. I was able to get the half and the whole and 5K. And because of COVID, they still were doing virtual, so I was able to get a virtual 10. So I did all 4 races. I just did the 10K on Disney property. I didn't officially do it, which means I didn't get the medal, I didn't get the shirt. It wasn't official. Still did the miles, but in my head, I still want that. So my plan was to do it for 50 in 2028. I was going to do it. So I have become a Club RunDisney member, and just waiting out my ears. I'll do my annual race. I pick one race, I do it. But found out that the Disneyland half marathon in 2026 is going to be the last one for the foreseeable future. We don't know when they're going to come back. They announced after that January race that they will be closed indefinitely. And kind of my 50th idea was to do Dopey on the one coast and then do the Disneyland on the other, and then fill in a couple more races because I want to do 100 miles for my 50th birthday. But doing it coast to coast was a big part of my 50th birthday plan. But when I found out that that wasn't going to happen, that they have all this construction coming, that it could be years before Disneyland races are back, who knows? They could be back in 2 years. They could be back in 10. We don't know. So when I found that out, I jumped on registering for the Disneyland race, and then tried to find my way into the Disney World because that registration was long since gone. Luckily, I was able to secure a bib with St. Jude, which is a group that I run with yearly. whether it's Disney or otherwise, I raise money for St. Jude. It's just a great cause. But I was able to secure a bid with St. Jude. So I was able to get us into Disneyland and then get a charity bid for Disney World. So I will be headed to Disneyland in January at the end of the month and Disney World at the beginning of the month, and also celebrating graduation from grad school. Grad student in the University of Florida, even though I'm a West Coast girl, took online classes thanks to COVID, and got a master's through University of Florida. And my husband was all gung-ho to like, yeah, let's do a celebratory trip. And I was just like, hey, can we do Disney? And he sort of laughed and just said, well, I was going to say like Europe or, Hawaii, something. But if Disney's what you want, let's do it. So I will be headed out to Disney World by myself early on. I'm going to do some content for my travel agent stuff, visit some of the properties that I haven't stayed at. And my family will be joining me for the weekend, at least. I'll do the 5K, 10K on my own, and then they'll join me for the half and the whole. And I will let my family experience Disney World for the first time, since my daughter has never been there. And I don't know, I'm just really excited for this journey. I'm really excited to bring you all along. Let me know if you have any questions, and tap on that link below. Love to be in contact with you. All right. Thank you.
Going forward between now and at least the week after my last race, I will be doing a chronology of my training runs, whether they be treadmill or road, the benefits and downfalls of each. I want to look at different race gear, such as different shoes, why they're good or bad for certain people. I have one bad knee, one bad foot for meniscus and plantar fasciitis. So I have very specific reason why I use the shoes I do. But I would love to interact with you guys and find out what shoe works for you, because you are not me and we all have different needs. So if you want to find me over on Facebook, I'll be doing a bunch of polls and trying to collect that data. And that would be at Sarah with Magical Travel. I will put a link below on that. I will also put a couple of affiliate links. My glasses, I wear a lot of Disney glasses. I am not officially affiliated with them, but I will put a link to where you can find those, because people often ask me where I get my glasses. And I am an affiliate with Ground Athletics, which I love running in their gear. So that is not in any way related to my travel agency. It's just something that I do personally when I run. So there is a link with discount code linked underneath. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I will get better as we go along. This is literally the first week that I've engaged with social media to this extent. There's going to be a lot of miles, a lot of magic, and absolutely a lot of blisters. But hopefully there'll be a lot of Disney joy involved in. So please click on the subscribe and like this page, and join me in the next episode. Next week, I will be looking at my training, and I'm going to address one of the number one secrets for booking your RunDisney weekend without stress. So until then, keep moving forward or just keep swimming. And remember, every mile is magic.